Hello everyone, welcome to the Rumfire Studios channel. My name is Aaron Swan, and sorry for being absent for so long. Unfortunately, just there's been a lot of things going on in the background, and basically it took a bit to hammer it out, but hopefully now it should be a lot more regular. I'm hoping. We'll see how it all goes. We're not gonna make any promises, but I'm gonna try to do stuff more on here. As well as do some devlogs on some games I've been working on in the background. They're not fully made yet. I'm still working on a lot of aspects of them, and trust me, it's still a while for those. Being a solo developer, so it's a journey and a half. But nonetheless, there's all that, and hopefully also we'll be going ahead and starting a Patreon page when I can, hopefully soon here, and I'll put the link down in the description later. Not now, but later I will do so. And then yeah, that should be everything I believe I'm going to be catching up on here. Besides our video here, which of course, if you notice, we have the blade that we had last week. Well, not last week. Remember that? 3 weeks ago. That's how long it's been. But as you can see, there's like a different naming scheme going on: Blade 2, Blade 3, Blade 4, because there's a reason. I already made this video. It's just unfortunately I didn't realize the echo on my microphone was on, so gotta record the whole thing again. But otherwise, nonetheless, here we are. So okay, to begin, I think this time we'll just start with the blade. What you're going to do is select the item, and you want to be on the actual like select object mode. Select the body. You right click, you go to UV mapping. And then what it'll do is it'll actually show you the model in this. And then you're going to want to go to the edge selection. And in edge selection, you're going to go ahead and, this is personally what I do, I hit L, which selects the entire edges here of the model. And then I'm going to redo the end here because I don't want it to cut through this. I want it to actually go around it because this piece will not be seen. So it doesn't really matter how it looks. So, and then what you do is you right click, mark edges for cut, and then eventually deselect it all, and you will see these orange lines. What those orange lines are where it's going to cut when it makes the UV map. Then you just simply right click, hit continue, and hit unfolding. And there you have the blades ready. Now, already I can see some things going on. Like, there's the part that I said will not be seen. So we're going to take this piece, shrink it, because it will not be seen at all. And then we're going to take the other two, we're going to scale them. Scale, and I'm going to scale them vertically. Because I want to actually try to get other pieces to fit on here as soon as I can. Alright, so there's our first half with our first mesh right here. Now I'm going to do this half. We're just going to go down the sword. Basically, now we just take that one little triangular handle there. And then I'm going to do what I did last time, because in the first video, I made a horrid mistake when trying to deal with it. Basically, instead of doing it like I'm doing now, I actually tried doing it only by the center, which cuts it in half, but doesn't really help. It just makes things a lot more wild and crazy. So what you have to do is select the face on top, the face or the edge of the face on there, and then just the small line here, or anywhere if you want to go ahead and cut it to make a small band that will go around, and then eventually the two triangular areas, because later I'm wanting to try to add some designs to that. So, but mark those edges for cut. Right, once again, control, there it is. Continue, unfold, and then there it is. Now I'm going to set it up like it was earlier, because that was a really nice setup. Put that at the very top, and then what we're going to do is take these two and overlap them, so it's reflected on both sides. So I'm going to hit flip horizontally, and then you're going to make it match the other until they're basically perfect, if possible. But warning, you will not get everything perfect, but you can try, as I always try to when doing these things. Boom. Right, and we're going to move that up, scale it down, Alright, so there we go. As you can see, it's going to be reflected here. You can actually see how the UV map is going to work a little bit. Hold on, let me do this. Oh, by the way, with the sword, on your version, I don't know if you see it like when you're trying to select the edges, and it's selecting two sides, not just the one. That means you have to freeze it. And what you will do is go to Tools, and you go to Visual Mirror, and you just simply hit freeze, and it'll make it a solid model instead of one that's separated. So just figured I'd give that tip because I just remembered that I forgot to do that in my version. So okay, and then what we're going to do is now we're going to do these. I did not mean for this to happen. So like I said, we're just going down the list here. UV map this. This is probably the easiest item to UV map, bar none. Because you just select the edges, just like so. And you can select either the top or the bottom, which in this case, I'm probably going to select the bottom half. You didn't select two right now, I didn't select all the way through. Mark those edges for cut. Make sure it's done right. Yep. Hit continue. Unfolding. There we go. And then I'm going to take these two because they would go in here. Select the whole thing. Scale vertically. Make it nice and kind of thin. Move it down. Scale uniformly a little bit too while we're at it. Alright, boom. There we go. There's that. So there's that UV map. It's all set up and ready to go. Let's see here. And then we're going to select this one here. UV mapping. Now what you're going to want to do with this one is this one, I realize you have to kind of just take a small bit of it. You don't want to select too large of a thing. You kind of just want to cut very slightly on the edges. So something like this. Mark edges for cut, and then you're just going to hit unfolding. There you go. Scale it. Smaller. Alright, you almost can stay right where it's at. Bam. There we go. And then now, since these have been officially UV mapped, well, how about we wait until we get near the end? Okay, we'll wait until we get near the end with that. Okay, UV mapping. We're going to do the handle real quick. Now, unfortunately, you can't hit L on this because you have to select every single little piece. There we go. We go to the end, do the same exact thing. Every single little piece. I knew it. Let me always check for that. And then you hit L. Then you can hit L there. Okay, and then mark edges for cut. You unfolding. Alright? And then what I'm going to do, take this piece, we're going to rotate it like so, where it's like vertical. And then we're going to scale it uniformly a little bit first. And scale it, I would say horizontally. Make it a little nice and tighter. That way it fit in the corner. And if anyone has realized what we're doing with going ahead and setting them up in certain places is preparing it for when we combine the mesh. Because that's what we're going to do. Make it into one mesh. Or at least, or try to make it into one. Give me a minute here. Oh, this one's pretty easy to do too. Mark edges for cut. Continue unfolding. There we go. See, and then you just basically take the other side here. I would argue flip it. And you're going to lay it over the other one. And like I said, try to get it as even as possible. Rotate until it's almost even. Move it in place more. That way it's more in line. Rotate again. Stupid gnats. Joys of living in California. Scale. Okay, I think right there might be okay. There's your pommel. Bam. So the whole thing's UV mapped, but we're going to take these two pieces here. We're going to duplicate them, and then flip along the x-axis. Oh, whoops. Didn't clone it. Okay. Actually, let's combine those real quick. And then we'll duplicate. And then we'll flip along the x-axis and move it. See? Until it's in the right spot. Yeah, it's in the right spot. There we go. See, now we got the blade. And it looks nice. So now we take the whole thing. We're going to right click and we're going to, oh yeah, I forgot, we already have the texture. Alright, we're just going to combine it, because this is what helps with making the actual UV map. And then you're going to create UV mapping, you're going to click this, and then we're going to make sure everything's in place. A lot of it are in good spots, but I see a few items that could be redone. Like the blades over here themselves, move them up a bit. That way they're not clipping into the other one. Oh, whoops. These two, because now it's 2 items. Move those over, we got the handle, we got these. So it should be good. And then what you're going to do, right click, create texture. And it's going to give you all these options. I did that. And then like with the background, I did gray. With the draw edges, I did black. So hit OK. And then there it is. And so what we do is this one, right? Oh, whoa. Hello. Oh, it's because it's the only one selected. I see what's going on here. If I select all of it, then we hit, we create the texture. Okay, and then if we hit it now, it'll show everything. There we go. We're going to go ahead and make this external. We're going to go to weapons, texture. We're going to select this. Now it was originally called Byzantine Blade. I set this one as a PNG because that's personally the file type I like to use. Save it, and we're going to replace it. There it is. And there we go. All right, and then if you want to know how that looks like, we'll open up GIMP. Oh, GIMP's already open real quick. Yay! Okay, well, here's an example. This was the first one. Zoom out real quick. As you can see, I put a white texture underneath it. That way it could be easily seen more. There you go. It's like, what it will do is it'll just put it on there. And you can paint it and do whatever, which is what we're going to do in the next video. So thank you all for joining. I hope you all have a wonderful day. Like I said, I'll be putting devlog updates and everything when I can. And we'll start starting a Patreon page soon. And I hope that you all will be willing to support me there. All right, you all have a great day. God bless.